Hey, hello, welcome back. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for joining us every time. We do appreciate you. So we are jumping right into it. We are continuing our conversation with them. Like I said, I've had some interesting strategic conversations with quite a number of people in a bit. I said that I'm not sharing the actual recordings when we had the conversations because of confidentiality, but I'm going to be picking out the lessons from those conversations, and those are what I'm sharing. So I'm continuing my conversation with them. We talked, and the title that I titled it is Immigrant Challenges in Diaspora. So for Anne, we'll continue. So a bit of a background. She shared her background. She has a very strong educational background, including a postgraduate degree, and her professional experience in Nigeria included managing committees. Just as an aside, I met an American in one of the conferences I went to recently, and when I was introducing myself and I was talking about how I have a first degree and I have a postgraduate degree, she was like, Nigerians like to study. And I said, yes, it's true. We do like to study. Somehow it's been ingrained in us. So Anne is not different. She has a postgraduate degree. Unfortunately, after she relocated, she found herself struggling to secure roles that align with her qualifications and experience. It's actually a common immigrant experience because, and for quite a number of us, some of us japa through the education route. So you go and get more education, expecting that once you graduate, you're going to have the job and you'll be able to move on. It's unfortunately, it doesn't work like that immediately for many people. Although some people have found a way around it, but on the average, most people, when you relocate, you probably may need to take something that is below your qualifications, and many times it can be humbling. Unfortunately, some of the things that we talk about, marital challenges and all, they're coming from there. The men that thought that by the time they japa, they will have a better life, they'll be able to provide for their families. They get there, and in some cases, the man is the one that is the student, and the wife is the one working. So the woman is already earning, the man is now a dependent, which more or less reverses the roles the way they were in Nigeria. But and sometimes the violence comes in, or sometimes in some other cases, the woman is the dependent and the man is the one, and maybe is not used to being the sole provider because the way they've been working in Nigeria is that they are both sharing bills. So there's a lot of that going on. A lot of people are dealing with the mental load that cannot really be pinned. You can't pinpoint it and say that. So many skilled immigrants are dealing with the issues of underemployment. Sometimes you are rejected repeatedly, and you begin to doubt yourself. You begin to ask yourself, who sent me? And this is really targeted at people who are already there and are dealing in that space, as well as for people who are thinking of traveling out of Jackpine, as we say in Nigeria. Jackpa, you need to be mentally ready because it's going to test you mentally, it's going to test your resilience. You have to be ready. So, dear immigrant or immigrant to be patient with the transition process. Career resets are common when you go to the diaspora. Sometimes you may even need to change direction. You may need to start a new go in. So I'm going to share more about the conversations I had with him in subsequent podcasts. But uh, let's just stay on the surface as we are here now. We'll go deeper very soon. The other thing that you need to know is that you have transferable skills, right? You do have. So, for example, for someone who has led high performing committees, for example, you may not have been called a particular name. What is important is for you to learn what the equivalent is in whatever country you're in, and focus on those transferable skills and reframe your experience for the local market. So if you were called a sales advisor in Nigeria because that's what your role was, find out what roles require the same skills as you had in Nigeria, and reframe your experience, reframe your skills, and try to focus a bit more on skills than on titles, because titles may change, but the skill sets very rarely change. Invest in networking, mentorship, and professional communities. So as you jackpot, find out. So you are a sales advisor in Nigeria. Before you jackpot, do some research in the country that you're going to, or if you're already in that country, find out which professional communities do sales advisors typically congregate. And there are many reasons why it's good to belong to those communities, because number one, when there are job opportunities, you you get to know about them faster. Secondly, by the time you're beginning to engage in those communities, then somebody is going to know somebody, and then getting referrals will be easier. You can easily find mentors in that space, people that will hold your hand. That's based on the people that I've spoken with, those are the things that I've felt. Make sure you are networking. Don't stay at home every day just moping and feeling sorry for yourself. There's someone that I had these types of conversations with, and she was always feeling sorry for herself. But by the time she began to go out, by the time she began to network with people, first and foremost, her disposition changed. She began to see opportunities where before she had been seeing concerns. So that alone it picked her up, and then afterwards she was then able to begin to get opportunities, talk to people, her self-esteem came back up, and all of that. So we're looking at that. Then, as much as possible, when you find gaps in your skill set, upskill and stay open to in the same role. One of the people that I spoke with that I invested a lot in last year. And this year she's sharing with me about the opportunities that are opening up here and there. And it is now it's looking like everything is all opening up. But she needed to upskill at some point. She needed to network. She needed to get a mentor. She needed to join professional communities. So the other thing, stay resilient. Don't One of the things that Nigerians are known for, and I hope that there are people who are not Nigerians that are also listening, but I'm going to share with you because that's what we Nigerians are known for, and we hope that you learn from us, is that we are known to be resilient, we are known to be adaptable, we adapt. We get to those very tough situations, and for me, when I had to, one of the things that kept me going was no grief for anybody. Don't allow anyone tell you that you are less. Don't allow even your circumstances make you feel like keep going. Progress may be slow, but it is possible, but you have to keep knocking on those doors. Relocation will test your identity, it will test your confidence, it will test your faith. But you need to persevere, you need to be consistent, you need to stay adaptable so that those doors, you keep knocking until those doors give way, right? So if there's someone that is navigating a career transition, or someone that is just relocated, you may want to share this video with them to encourage them. If you need someone to speak to so that you gain clarity regarding your career, I offer free clarity sessions for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, you begin to pay. The link for that clarity session, to book that clarity session, is in the comments. There's a career discussions with AMA community on WhatsApp. The link to join the community is also in the comments. You can click on that. And we have growth challenges every month. Every month we are challenging ourselves to be better, to do better. So whatever month you're listening to this, there is a growth challenge for the month. We're making this video in March, so the next challenge is coming up in April. Do well to sign up and join us. And thank you for listening. You can follow us across all of our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, X, Twitter, Threads. For everything except X, we are at OAA Ventures. On X, we are at OAA Books. So we look forward to having you with us. Thank you very much for listening, and have a good day. Thank you.